I am once again short on Bitcoin, and today we are going to go through why I am short and why I do think the price of Bitcoin is going to have a pullback in the shorter term. So, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you smash that subscribe button and make sure you smash that like button. My name is AJ, one of the co-hosts here, and let's get straight on into the video. But please make sure you smash that like button. I really do appreciate it. It really helps me out. And yeah, I would appreciate it very much. So, jumping straight on into the Bitcoin charts, we can see that Bitcoin is coming in to a new level of resistance, which I have established this morning. So, I am in a short. As we can see from here, I have entered a short this morning on Bitcoin, only very lightly at the moment, because I do think maybe in the shorter time we'll have a little push towards the upside, and maybe I can put some limit short orders in for those to get filled to increase the capital within this short position, and then um, hopefully ride that down to the targets that I do have for this shorts. Now, if you've been watching the channel over the past few days, you will know that we were looking at shorting this area here at around $20,500. But that was invalidated for me, so I took a slight loss on that short, unfortunately. Reason being, I was entering a short there is because we shorted this area here, played out really nicely to value area low. We shorted this area here to value area low as well. Two previous shorts that played out really, really nicely for me. So I was going to continue to try and short this vicinity here. Unfortunately, that did not happen. I did take a slight loss, but now I am entering into another short position. And I'm hoping that this short position will play out. So, over the past 2 months, I've taken four, maybe even five short trades. They've all played out really nicely. So I'm still looking for those short trades. We've only taken one loss so far. So far, we are doing well. And yeah, I'm going to continue this shorting because I can see a big cluster of resistance coming in. This big cluster of resistance is sort of between the $20,800 and $21,200 level. So what am I looking at? Well, we've got this fixed range that we have been in for a long time now. Since the 13th of September, we've been within this fixed range. And you can see, as I said, we've been shorting this value area high cluster of resistance at value area high down to the value area low. And I've been saying that you could long the value area low to value area high. But for me, there just wasn't enough cluster of resistance there for me to enter a long position. But you could have been doing it just solely based off this fixed range, going long from the value area low to the value area high, and the same here as well. That is another strategy that you could be doing. But for me, I like to take as much risk out of the trades as possible. So by doing that, I'm looking for a cluster of resistance to actually enter into those shorts, or a cluster of support to enter into those long positions. And what I am seeing right now is we have this parallel channel, this ascending parallel channel, which does actually tend to be bearish. So when or if we do come down to that support, we do just have to be a little bit cautious if we are deciding to enter in any long positions, because this pattern is bearish. But what I am looking at is a very well respected ascending parallel channel. So what we can see is support was established there. We can see support has been tested there, literally to the dollar as well. We've had resistance up here. We've also got resistance up here as well. So this is a first bit of resistance that I am looking at the price coming into. The second bit is this green line here. So this green line has actually been previous support. So we've used it as previous support here. We've also used it as support here, and we've also used it as support here. So there's a horizontal level coming in as well. And for me, this is going to act as resistance. And as we can see, it is acting as resistance right now. We are getting a reaction off that. We are getting a bearish reaction from that resistance level. We also have the golden pocket coming in. This golden pocket is coming in from this swing high here to this pivot low down here. So sort of just before we enter this range, the high from there, and then the bottom of the range. This golden pocket is coming in at between, well, around $21,000. That's where it's coming in. So what my plan is, I've entered in a short position at market. As we can see here, I've entered that short position only very slightly. As you can see here, it's only a very, very small short position, but I am looking to scale the short position up. I am looking to enter more capital into this short position, and where are going to be my next entries. Now, I would have entered this short a little bit earlier, but unfortunately, I have been asleep while this was happening. It was sort of midnight, 1 o'clock for me, so yeah, I was not awake at that time, but I've found it this morning and I'm acting off it. So I've only entered lightly because we're not in the usual range where I would be shorting. We have already left that area that I would be shorting, but we are getting an initial bearish reaction to this resistance, meaning that we could see a continuation. So I've entered very lightly, as I said, and yeah, if we do decide to come and retest it again, I will have those limit orders set and ready to short. So the shorting levels that I do have, or limit orders that I'm going to put in, is the first one's going to be at $20,800. That's going to be the first shorting area. Then I'm going to have 20,990, and then my final one is going to be at the top of the golden pocket at the 0.66 at $21,185. They're the limit orders that I'm going to put in. Now, there's a possibility that they will not get hit, and we could just see the reaction here, and at least we are in very lightly, and we can see that we are getting a reaction to it now. So potentially this could have been the test of this cluster of resistance, and now what we're going to see is the price just come down to maybe the support at the bottom of the ascending parallel channel. But as I said, if we do come up and retest it again, then I will have those short limit orders in there, and hopefully they will get filled if the price comes up to that level, and then hopefully the price will get rejected from that cluster of resistance. But what I like to do in a bear market is I like to short clusters of resistances. This is a cluster of resistance here. When we shorted these areas here, we were having a cluster of resistance in these two areas here as well. We had the golden pocket, we had the horizontal level. So for me, it was a really nice short. They played out really nicely. That's why I was looking for a short at the same level. Unfortunately, we broke above it. We got enough bullish momentum to get above that level, but we are now coming into this cluster of resistance, which I now expect to see a rejection from it. And as we can see, we are already getting that rejection from it. And yeah, exactly what I'm saying. We are expecting to use this level as very, very strong resistance. Now, what happens if this gets invalidated? Because there is a chance that we could break above this cluster of resistance. If we break above this cluster of resistance, then it would actually be fairly bullish, because obviously it's a cluster of resistance. If we get above that cluster of resistance, it is going to be bullish. Where is the next level? Well, I do think if we do break above this ascending parallel channel and we get above this cluster of resistance at approximately $21,200, I think we could see the price come up maybe to this previous high up here at $22,800. Why do I think that? Well, we actually have a cluster of resistance coming in there as well, which we actually previously shorted as well. So I'd be looking to short that if we were to come up to that level. But as I said, if we were to break above this level here, the next level that I would be looking at is the $22,700 or $500 level approximately, because what we can see is that there isn't really any resistance coming in between this golden pocket here and this bigger golden pocket here. What we can see is this candle right here. We just saw the price absolutely crash through this level, and the price just pushed through that level with a lot of ease. So I would expect, if we were to break above this cluster of resistance, I would expect the price to come up to this next cluster of resistance at $22,500 approximately. But right now, what I am expecting is a rejection from this cluster of resistance here, and the price to come down firstly to the mid-range of the ascending parallel channel, because we know that the mid-range does tend to act as support and resistance on these parallel channels. If we do break that mid-range, then the bottom of the parallel channel at the support will be that next target. So that's what I'm looking at. That will line up with the PLC, the point of control, which has actually been acting as really nice support over the past few days, as we can see right here. we've used it as really nice support after breaking above that. So yeah, that would be a take profit point if we were to come down to that level, and that would also line up with the support as well. So this is currently what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Now, another reason why I think the price is going to pull back is because of the RSI. Now, I tend to look at the RSI when we get into the oversold or overbought vicinity. So what we can see, if I make this a little bit bigger, we can see that every time that we have become oversold, this was another reason why I entered a short here and why I entered a short here as well, because the RSI was in that overextended region. Okay, we were overbought, and a pullback was necessary. That's exactly what happened. Down to the value area low, down to the value area low. So that's what I was looking at there last time. What's happening now is that we are extremely overbought. We're extremely overextended again. So I am expecting a rejection from this cluster. There's so much confluence coming in for me that that's just telling me and putting it in black and white for me that we are going to see a pullback in the shorter term. Now, whether we come down to the support, we don't know as of yet if we do come down to that level. But if we do, there is still a possibility we could bounce off that level, maybe come back and test the high at the resistance of the ascending parallel channel. We don't know yet. We have to wait and see until we do come down to that support, because when we come down to that support, because it's an ascending parallel channel, there is a possibility that we could break towards the downside. So if we broke towards the downside, I would expect lower for Bitcoin, but there's always a possibility that we could hold at support and come back up to the resistance as well. So right now, I'm not looking too far into the future. I'm just looking at what is happening now. What is happening now? We are seeing a bearish reaction to this cluster of resistance. The RSI is in extreme overbought territory. When that's happened previously, like here, okay, what we saw was a rejection from the cluster of resistance. If I just pull up the previous cluster of resistance here, you can see rejection from the previous cluster of resistance down to the value area low. That's where we took profits last time. Exactly the same scenario here. And even if we go to this previous shorting area here, the RSI was extremely overbought. We were above the 70 level on the RSI for a very long time. Then we finally got that bearish reaction from that level. So right now, it's just looking very bearish for me in that shorter term. And I do think a pullback is necessary, even if we are going to continue this price action towards the upside, which, to be honest with you, I don't think we are, because if we go into this daily chart, yes, we are breaking above the Bollinger Bands. We are getting bullish momentum towards the upside on those Bollinger Bands, but the volume's just not there. I've been speaking about this for a while now. We need volume to come into the market for us to continue this bullish momentum towards the upside. If we don't get bullish momentum coming into the market, then what's going to happen? The price is going to roll over, and we're most likely going to have a fake out and break towards the downside. So we do just have to be aware of that. Looking at the volume, there isn't any volume coming in really. We've had these two slight spikes in volume, but it's not enough to continue this bullish momentum towards the upside. What we want to see is, we can see that we've had the previous high of volume here. That's a previous volume that we've seen. We want to get above that. We want to get above sort of the average volume. We're still below the average amount of volume that is coming in. So we want to get above that. We want to see some bullish volume, big spikes like this, maybe like this one here. Okay, we want to see one like that for me to confirm that this is actually a bullish break towards the upside. But for me right now, it is still a fake out, and I do still think we could see the price come lower. As I said, unless we do get that bullish momentum, bullish volume coming in, I am going to stay bearish until that happens. So right now, I am shorting Bitcoin. I do have this short open, sort of set a break even right now, but I am expecting the price to come lower. If it does push up again to this resistance level, then I am going to put my limit orders in and enter those shorts, as I said, at 20,800, 20,000, $1,000 approximately. And then $21,180 approximately as well. They're going to be my next limit orders if we do come up to that level. Now, if I'd if I was awake and I realized this sooner, then two of my limit orders would have already been hit. So there is a possibility that we have slightly missed the all of the entries for this, and we could just see the price pull back down to the support from here. So that's why I have actually entered very lightly, just because we are getting that bearish reaction. So for me, there isn't too much risk coming in. As I said, the invalidation for this is a break above it, and if we do get a break above this cluster of resistance here, then the next level, the next cluster of resistance is what I'm looking at the price coming to. So yeah, whale games with my heart. Smash the like button, guys. Deserves some traction. It's so sad. Yeah, yeah. Please make sure you smash that like button for the algorithm. It really does help the channel out. We need to push the algorithm, get the videos out there. So if you could smash that like button, I would appreciate it very, very much. So yeah. And yeah, of course, if you smash the like button, I can continue to bring these trades for you. And I've only been wrong once in the past 2 months, so yeah, my track record is fairly good at the moment. So yeah, if you want me to continue bringing you these trades, please make sure you smash that like button. Thank you very much, MS, for putting that in the comments. And yeah, let's move on to Ethereum quickly. Ethereum, sort of the same story. We have this golden pocket coming in here. Let's just get the pen tool out. So we have this golden pocket coming in here, which we are using as resistance. Now, this is actually a shorting opportunity. What we can see is from the pivot high to the pivot low, that's where this golden pocket is coming in from. And what we can also see is Confluence coming in with the VPVR. So what the VPVR, it just shows where the most amount of volume has been coming in within the market. As we can see, the point of control here, which is the most amount of volume that's been traded, the price has been traded at, and you can see that big spike here after breaking above this sort of high here on the volume indicator. We can see that the price just pumped straight up to this next sort of value area high level here. And we are finding resistance here for Ethereum. So this is actually a shorting opportunity, I would say, for Ethereum to fire in a short around this area here and hopefully take that short all the way back down to this next cluster of volume at the POC at around $1,330. Now, if Bitcoin does see a rejection from this cluster of resistance and we do come down to the support, then of course I do think Ethereum is going to follow that down to sort of the POC at around $1,330. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. Taking a look at the DXY now. The DXY is actually looking bearish, which is, of course, good for, well, as I say bearish, but only very slightly bearish, which is obviously good for the crypto market. But yeah, as I said, only very slightly bearish. So what we've actually done is we've broken this previous low right here. Getting that pen tool out again, we've broken this previous low here, as you can see right there. We have broken that low, which is good. Okay, maybe we could start some sort of downtrend coming from here, which would be bullish for the crypto and the traditional markets. However, there is also a possibility that maybe this right here was not the low. Maybe this could be the low here, and then we continue this bullish momentum towards the upside, these higher highs and higher lows from here, and we could actually see the price maybe make another higher high up here. So right now, I would like to see more confirmation that we are looking bearish rather than bullish, but all I can see right now is that we have broken this previous low here, but we're still higher than this previous higher low here. So maybe if we could break this one, it would look more bearish. But for me, we could just be forming some sort of triangle pattern, which could break towards the upside, as we can see here. Some falling wedge type pattern right there, that we come up to the resistance, we break the resistance, and we continue this bullish momentum towards the upside, which of course is going to be bearish for the crypto market. So right now, I know we've made a lower low, but is it a lower low? We're unsure yet. I would like to see the price come up and test resistance and maybe come back down here and confirm another lower low for me to confirm that it's maybe a downtrend. Or if we do come up and test the resistance again, we could talk about this being maybe some sort of flag or just a falling wedge. which could break towards the upside, and we could continue this bullish momentum towards the upside on the DXY, which is going to be bad for the crypto market and the traditional market as well. So yeah, right now I'm short on Bitcoin, and I will of course keep you updated with anything I do with this trade. And yeah, if you like the sound of that, please make sure you smash a like on the video, and if you are new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. And yeah, I do enjoy bringing you this content, so I would appreciate it if you could just smash a like on the video. And yeah, please make sure you subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.